Mshikamano hatima yetu, tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika, chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
Let us talk about Algeria today, the largest country in Africa with over 2 million square kilometers of African land. That is Algeria. But my name is Atom Kasa, and of course in the studio is Agence Bongole to do the show production. We are Humanist TV Africa. We are Humanist TV Africa, a registered charity organization. We are registered to do exactly the work we do, media work, to inform, educate, entertain, and empower our people. We want to encourage you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, TikTok, and of course website. The name is Humanist TV Africa. Our website, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. The name is Humanist TV Africa. We are a charity organization registered with offices in Uganda, Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, UK, and of course USA. We are growing every other day. Our role is to empower people, inform, educate, and learn from them. Today, we are looking at country profiles, and we are going to be covering Algeria. Algeria, one of the most amazing countries in the world. If you are counting 10 countries in the world that are very beautiful, well-visited, that country list cannot miss Algeria. Algeria, a country that was later occupied by the French, is basically an Arabic country, a country of the Amazigh tribe. Arabs occupied this country for many centuries ago, and they've been there, and of course Arabic is the main language. Let's have a look at this country of 44 million people now. The flag of this country is just like the flag of Morocco and the flag of Egypt. When you look at the flags of countries in the Maghreb, you will realize one thing: there is a star, there is a moon, and somehow there is green. Because these countries are Arabic and these countries are Muslim, therefore Islam has big influence on these countries. Now, if you look at the flag map of Algeria, quite interesting colors: white, green for vegetation, the nature of African soils, white for purity, and of course red for the blood that joins us. The star, as you know, these are Muslim countries. Now, Algeria, if you look at the map here, Algeria is quite a big country, an Algerian sub-Saharan Arabic country. There's the Tamahak. I'm trying to show you here in this map the tribes, the languages in this country. Look at that tribe map, look at the languages, look at the ethnic composition of this map, and you see that 99% of these guys are Arabic. Just look at more of other features here. Now, when you look at this map, Western Algeria is genetic. Of course, we look at the tribes, the languages, and the people that occupy these regions. Remember, I told you Algeria is the largest country in Africa. Note that the largest country in Africa is called Algeria, with over 2 million square kilometers. Now, Algeria has 80% of its land as a desert. Think about it. 80% of the land of Algeria is the desert. The countries that neighbor Algeria are Libya, Niger, Mali, Morocco, and of course Atlantic Ocean there, the North Atlantic Ocean Sea, and of course the Mediterranean Sea. Now, it makes Algeria easy to access Spain. If you look at the map, you can see that people in Algeria can easily go to Spain, can easily go to Europe because of the connection of the Mediterranean Sea and of course the North Atlantic Ocean. It gives them access to Europe much easier. If you're in Algeria, if you're in Morocco, these countries having that kind of proximity to Europe. Now, in terms of again tribes, and in terms of ethnicity, I'm showing you this map with purpose. Look at this map. What am I showing you here? Of course, we are showing you the main how Algeria is divided in terms of tribes and of course coverage of Algeria, and of course we talk about economic activities happening here. Now, in terms of minerals, Algeria is known for other than nothing apart from we know they have a bit of oil. Of course, they have very much oil in Nigeria. They are very good exporters of oil. They also have zinc, copper, lead, uranium. They have gold in Algeria. They also have phosphates. They also export vegetables, dates, tobacco, and of course leather goods because they have animals in Algeria. So when you look at these maps, I'm showing you the minerals and where these minerals are found in Algeria. I told you Algeria is an exporter of petroleum and natural gas. Exporter of petroleum and natural gas. Now, Algeria is 99% Muslims of the Berber Tamazight ethnicity who have been there for centuries. Let us look at the statistics of Algeria. You're talking about a country with 44 million people, almost 45 million people by today. Population growth rate is small at 1.6 annual, and of course, age dependency is only 58%, which means that age dependence is low. People actually are working in a way, they are depending on themselves. And of course, urban population is 74. I told you that 80% of Algeria is the desert. So only 20% is land for livelihood. Now you can imagine very big country, but little or less land for productive activities. So many people actually stay in urban areas because the rest is a desert. 74% in urban areas. Infant mortality is quite worrying at 19 per 1,000 live births. That is quite worrying. Life expectancy is high at 76 years. This is very good, of course, for Algeria. Now, in terms of population by age, we've seen that the majority of people in Algeria, 62%, are between 15 to 64 years, and of course, 30% are between 0 to 14 years. The aged ones are only 6% in Algeria, which is also good because other countries have less than that. Now, let us look at other facts about Algeria. Algeria, I told you, Algeria has electricity. It produces their own electricity. You can imagine the billion kilowatts there, which is 77 billions. Consumption is less at 68, which means Algeria does a bit of exports and, of course, a bit of importing. And it has also renewable energy, as you can see in that stat. Now, in terms of oil, I told you Algeria has oil. It's an exporter of oil. It has exports. Export of oil, you can see thousands of barrels right there in oil. And of course, consumption is so small at 439. Of course, they have too much to export. Algeria depends so much on their oil. It's a very rich country in terms of oil, gold, and uranium. It's a rich country. Algeria, I should tell you, is a middle-income country. I should tell you that Algeria is the middle-income country. Let us look at other statistics. Because natural gas in Algeria is there. Algeria, just like Tanzania, they have natural gas. Natural gas in Algeria is there. Now you can see the natural gas in terms of production is quite high at that 6,491 billion there. Consumption is a bit low, therefore it means they export their gas. Let's look at other facts in Algeria. other facts in Algeria. Technology, in terms of technology, they have airports, about 157 airports, and of course, most of them are private airports. Of course, people are rich in Algeria. Cell phones actually are more than the people. Almost, actually, not even almost, everyone in Algeria has a phone. Technically, because if you have 44 million people and there are cellular phones which are 47 millions, it means everyone has a phone plus in Algeria. Now, highways quite covering 104,000 kilometers. Internet users are 17 million. Railways cover about 6,097 973 kilometers. Telephones are, in terms of offices, are over 4 million. This is great for Algeria. I told you, Algeria is a middle income country. Don't forget that. In terms of land area, I told you, Algeria has the biggest land size in Africa. And of course, we're talking about the location is Northern Africa. Algeria is Northern Africa, bordering the Mediterranean Sea between Morocco and Tunisia. Total area of Algeria is 2,381,740 square kilometers right there. Algeria is the biggest country by size in Africa. Do not forget that. The coastline area is over 2 million. Water area is 0, but the coastline is big, almost 1,000 kilometers, almost, which is about 198 kilometers. The climate is arid, semi-arid, mild, wet winters with hot, dry summers along the coast, and it's also, of course, drier in the other basin areas, especially in the summer. The terrain is mostly high, plateau, and desert. Some mountains, narrow, discontinuous coastal plain, and others. Now, in the terms of lowest point is, of course, Choti Merio, which is in the negative, and of course, the highest one is Tahat, which is high at 2,908 meters high. Of course, the source of my information is the World Bank. I give you information right from the World Bank. Now, remember, the capital city of Algeria is Algiers, one of the most beautiful capital cities of the world is Algiers. When you go there, you will see amazing buildings. Remember, I should remind you that Algeria in ancient times was called Numidia Kingdom. Its people are called Numidians, and Imazighen, which means free men. And of course, when Europe took over, these were free men of Algeria. Remember, Algeria was colonized by French. The French conquered it during the reign of Charles X of France. And of course, they wanted to restore their glory as French people. They are, of course, following the Napoleonic Wars. They conquered Algeria, and it became a colony later on from 1830 to 1848. Algeria was later on also called a department of France on November 4th, 1848, and following the second constitution of the Republic of France. Algeria became independent in 1962. The date was 5th July 1962. Algeria has 44 million people and is the 32nd most populous country in the world. As you can see there on your screen, Algeria has the most amazing sites you can think about in North Africa. Algeria is beautiful. I told you, if you count the 10 most beautiful countries in the world, Algeria features there. Now, Algeria, I told you, is Arabic, and of course, Algeria speaks Arabic language. These are Amazigh, these are Berbers, these are Arabs, of course, African Arabs right there. Very impressive culture right there. Very good footballers, very good athletes right in Algeria. These are Arabs, Arabic Africans in Algeria, the Berbers and Amazigh tribes in Algeria. Algeria have had issues of leadership, which has led to lots of instabilities in Algeria, and sometimes political governance has been a troublesome thing in Algeria. There have been so many protests, people protesting for better government, better regimes in Algeria, protests in Europe against Algerian government, protests, of course, in France against Algerian government to make things work. Remember, Algeria has a high rate of terrorism. and attacks, because some people have been fighting to get their breakthroughs. So many disagreements in Algeria. So there have been a lot of protests. The people want a civil state in Algeria because people think that actually Algeria has been mismanaged by the politicians in Algeria. So there have been always protests in Algeria. You remember incidents of people committing suicide, and of course elections being sham. People saying the leadership in Algeria has been not fair to them, stealing elections, rigging elections, and of course there have been a bit of instabilities in Algeria here and there. But of course we see that in terms of beauty contests, Algeria has a very beautiful women, I should tell you. They have been contesting world pageants, African pageants, and all that. Quite impressive ladies right there in Nigeria. They like their beauty, they like contesting beauty pageants and all that. Now, the president of Algeria, as we speak, is Abdelmadjid Tebboune. Abdelmadjid Tebboune is the president of Algeria. He has been always troubled, challenged, and of course, so many resistance uprising against him. And of course, his predecessors. There have been a problem of leadership in Algeria as people continuously protest for better government. But Algeria is completely Islamic, completely following the Islamic rules. Of course, they follow the Western kind of code of laws, but also the Sharia, the Islamic influence, since the country is almost 99% Islamic. There are only 0.4 Christians in Algeria. In fact, Algeria is ranked as one of the most unsafe countries for Christians to be is Algeria. Christians are not safe in Algeria. 99% are Muslims, Farigis and Berbers, and they are radicals, radically Muslim. 0.4 are Christians, 0.1 are Jews, and of course 0.4 are non-religious, but they cannot even speak that they are non-religious because Algeria is strictly Islamized. They have been fighting for that stance, that kind of semblance, that kind of identity as people of Algeria. Politics in Algeria is volatile. Politicians come and they go. There are so many protests. Sometimes elections are protested, but Algeria remains a wonderful country. I should warn you, if you're going to Algeria, keep within the city, keep within Algiers, keep within the city because of safety concerns. Terrorism is quite high in Algeria. Kidnapping is quite high in Algeria. You can be kidnapped anytime. The country is 80% desert. So looking for you, a big problem. Take care when you go to Algeria. It's a beautiful country, but ensure that your security comes first. Thank you for watching. Algeria is a middle-income country, rich, successful, but a bit troubled with instabilities here and there. Thank you so much for watching. It is Must TV Africa. Keep watching, subscribe, share, and take the information forward. See you in the next one.